Hi, and welcome to TBSL On the Fly. I'm your host, Leafs GM, and I'm joined here by our draft specialist, Canucks GM.
Hey, how's it going, Leafs?
Not bad, not bad. So we're going to be talking about the best prospects that will be likely going in the first round, and we're going to be doing a two-part show. It's our draft coverage show. We're going to be doing a two-part show to cover it all. So on this first show, we're going to be doing prospects 1 to 15. We rank them ourselves, so I guess let's just get right into it then, Canucks.
Okay, so with the first overall pick, it's pretty much a unanimous decision. We're going to talk about Nail Yakupov. He's supposed to be the unanimous first overall pick. He's a similar player to that of Taylor Hall, in my opinion. They're both really dynamic skaters. They're not the biggest of players, but they certainly don't rush away from the hitting and stuff like that. He doesn't have the size to be a power forward, but he's aggressive in that sense. He's definitely the top projected pick in the draft, and he should be selected first overall.
Yeah, he's extremely skilled winger. I mean, he sorry, he put out outstanding numbers. Here's 101 points last year and 62 points in 35 games this year. So I mean, he definitely has the talent to go first overall, and it kind of gives you a reminding of Alex Ovechkin. Not the same kind of skill, but you know what I mean, the Russian thing. And
yeah, definitely a similar skill set.
Yeah, right. And so second best prospect, we got Mikhail Grigorenko, center from Quebec Remparts of the QMJHL.
So what I see of him, he's definitely a huge talent. He's similar to Evgeny Malkin of the Pittsburgh Penguins. He's big, he can hit well, he's got a lot of skill, and he's going to be very sought after in this draft. I really like him. I think he could definitely contend with Yakupov for the first pick, depending on the team's need. Like, for example, the Montreal Canadiens would definitely take Grigorenko over Yakupov, in my opinion. Their depth on center needs more help than their winger depth, so that's my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, he's another Russian player. I mean, he's great hands and good hockey IQ. That's what they say is one of his best attributes is hockey sense.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
And he's also a big player, 6'3", 200 pounds. So he's definitely NHL ready.
Yeah, I agree with you there. He's definitely one of the more NHL ready prospects that are in this draft.
All right, third best on our list, we got Matthew Dumba, defenseman from the Red Deer Rebels.
So what I like about him, he's a huge hitter, but he's a big risk reward type player. He loves looking for the big hit and loves getting under the opposition's skin. So you could say he's similar to the Montreal Canadiens' PK Subban in that sense. But I would say he's definitely a lock to go top 5. It really depends on what team are looking to select in those picks. But he's definitely a top end talent, and a team can definitely use him on the back end. He projects to be a top 2 defenseman at the NHL level.
Yeah, and one of his more underrated qualities is his skating. He has really underrated skating ability.
Yeah, I agree with you there. He's a very underrated skater.
Yeah, he won WHL Rookie of the Year in 2010, 2011. So
the thing that kind of gets me about him, he's not a big player, but he is 6 feet, but he's a really good hitter. That's his best asset to his game.
Fourth on our list, we got Ryan Murray, defenseman from the Everett Silvertips of the WHL.
So what I see about him is he's definitely one of the more NHL-ready prospects in the draft. He has amazing hockey sense. He usually makes the smart decisions, effective passing plays. He's more of a really smart player. That's what gets him to the top of the draft, his hockey sense. He's more of a defensive defenseman. He doesn't really have that much offense in him. He's put up 22 points so far this year in 33 games, but I don't see him. He's not really an offensive defenseman. His defensive game is just really good, and that's why he's projected to be so high in the draft.
Yeah, he's definitely a stay-at-home kind of guy, but I mean that's what you need on a cup-winning team. So next we got Philip Forsberg, right winger, plays for Leksand in Sweden.
What I see of him is he's a player that's very noticeable in a game, and he does a really good job of creating chances on a lot of shifts. He's not one of those players that you get the sense of a Russian where they take shifts off, but he plays hard every shift. and he's got decent size. He's about 6'1", 180, and he's a big-time goal scorer, so that's an asset to his game. He's got a great shot also. I see him being a 30-plus goal scorer in the future in the NHL level.
Number 6, we got Jacob Trouba, defenseman from the USA National Development Team.
So he's a really good defenseman. He's up there. He's similar to Dumba in the sense that he likes to hit, but that's not his main focus of his game. He's more of a puck-moving defenseman. He's got great speed, so I like that about him. He's been compared to the likes of like Ken Fowler in that sense, but he's more of a polished two-way defender than him at this point in like his developmental career. I would say he'd be a really good pick in the top 5 of the draft.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, he's a solid defenseman. Mm-hmm. Next on the list is Alex Galchenyuk.
So for me, he's the only problem with him is he was injured early in the year, and that's questionable. And he's been out for the whole year. That's why they're questioning his pick. Normally he would have been a lock to be top 3 in the draft, but his injuries put him in question. So he was actually the first pick in the 2010 OHL priority selection, and he had taken his game to a next level last year, but after his injury, we haven't been able to see anything from him. He's definitely a dangerous offensive player, has good hockey sense, and he knows where to be on the ice, so that's what's really good about him. Also similar to, as I mentioned, with Grigorenko, they're both kind of similar to Malkin in that sense. They're both really good hockey sense and great playmaking abilities.
Yeah, and he has the pedigree to him, and his dad played in the Russian league, so
I agree with you there.
He's got the background. Number 8, Morgan Riley, defenseman, Moose Jaw Warriors.
It's similar to Galchenyuk in the sense I'm pretty sure he's been out for most of the year with a torn ACL, so that's held him back. He's supposed to be one of the more exciting D's in the draft. He's got a very good tempo, and he sets the tempo in the game very well. He's a really good smooth puck handler that has very little issue with getting the puck out of the trouble spots, so he's really good in the corners also. He's got great sense of timing, and he knows exactly when to jump into the rush. I noticed that when I was watching him play last season in Moose Jaw, so I think he's a safe selection there.
Number 9, Sebastian Kohlberg, right winger from Frölunda Hockey Club in Sweden.
I'd like to hear your take on this one.
Well, Sebastian Kohlberg, I mean, sorry, I honestly wasn't expecting you to drop that one on me.
Not a problem. I can pick it up, but
no, I mean I'll take it still. I mean, he's probably, I guess he's the second best Swedish player in the draft. He plays in the Swedish Elite League. I mean, probably the second hardest league to play in outside of the NHL. So I mean, he's definitely playing against some of the top, the world's best. But I mean, he doesn't have huge size, but he's one of the fastest players in the draft, and he has great hands. And one of his best qualities is one-on-one. He has a good set of moves, good arsenal moves to get by you.
Yeah, I agree with you there. But the thing about that is when you see like a player in the Swedish Elite League like Kohlberg and Forsberg, you don't look at points necessarily to see what they put up. It's tough to put up in that league. They're playing with adults basically, so it's similar to how they're going to be looking in their rookie years. They're not like putting up points there, but they're playing like they're learning how to play the system, which works well for them. I think he'll be able to translate his game to the North American game very soon, so I like that selection there.
So next we got Zemgus Grigersson.
I see him as a power forward potential. He's got decent hands, a good shot, he's big, and I think he'd be a good selection, definitely in the top 10, so I think that works out for them.
Yeah, I agree. Next on the list is at 11, Radek Faksa from the Kitchener Rangers.
And this guy could be a sleeper in the draft, in my opinion. He's got size, skill. He's been compared to by his coach to some really great NHLers, so I like it. I could see him going higher than he's expected in the draft. He's got really good hands, puck moving abilities, and his two-way game is the best asset about him right now. He's got great two-way game right now, so that's what scouts are loving about him.
Next on our list at number 12, we got Griffin Reinhart, defenseman from the Edmonton Oil Kings. 6'4", 200 pound defenseman. He his father Paul, he played over 600 games, and I mean, this guy's a solid defensive defenseman, and he's very mobile for a 6'3" defenseman. He has good skating ability, and people are drawing a lot of comparisons to Shea Weber.
Yeah, I could see that. But what I noticed the key for Reinhardt this year would be to take one of those skills, like you mentioned, to make him to that elite level. So, but they all really do, like the scouts. What I'm hearing is they really love his potential. So he could definitely be a great pick a little later in the draft on that 11th spot.
And next on our list is defenseman from the Ottawa 67s. Sorry,
Cody Ceci.
yes. So I mess up his name all the time.
He tried out for Canada's. He was invited to the camp for the under 20 World Junior team. He didn't make the cut. He's one of the last cuts, but I love his game. He's a good puck moving defenseman, and he's got to work on his defense a bit more. But his sophomore season this year in Ottawa has been pretty good so far. He has actually been outstanding. He has 14 goals, 39 assists in 53 games. So that's 53 points in 52 games. That's been really good for him. He's projected to be something like a power play quarterback in the NHL level, but he can be definitely dependable on the back end.
Yeah, definitely. Next on the list, number 14, Brendan Gaunce, center from the Belleville Bulls, at 6'2", 205 pounds. I mean, he's a big kid, and I mean, he definitely has the potential to be a power forward. But I mean, he has good skating ability. Like, it's good enough. I mean, it's not like exceptional. He's not gonna blow by you, but he has a really good shot, and he's a great leader. So I mean, that's definitely a guy you want in the locker room and someone you want on your team.
What I like about him is he's only 16 and he has all the potential in the world to be a great power forward. He doesn't have the elite offensive skill, but he's definitely an offensively productive player. He was a threat to create offense at any time, but he's not going to put up like 30, 40 every year or something like that. He's more of maybe like a safe 25-20 player. But he definitely needs to work on his skating, but he definitely projects to be something like a solid second-line power forward type player. But he's got great character from what I've heard as well.
Yeah, so I mean, possibility of being like a Dustin Brown kind of guy.
Yeah, similar to that.
And 15th on our list, last prospect for today, or for this show anyways, Olli Mata, defenseman from the London Knights.
I like his game. I haven't seen him enough, though, to be able to make a big decision about him. I saw him the first game in the World Junior Championships this year. He was playing. He actually got injured with a concussion, so I was kind of disappointed about that. But he comes to the OHL this year with big expectations after the London Knights made him the first pick in their draft last year. He's a pretty big finish player. He's rough around the edges, and he definitely has a lot of promise moving forward. I like his grit a lot, and he definitely could be a safe top 4 in the future.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think he is the first. Is he the first international defenseman on our list? Like,
yeah, he's definitely up there.
yeah, he's the first European defenseman. So they're known for being good puck movers. That's what one of their best skills are.
The last thing I noticed about him though is he doesn't have like a lot of elite qualities, but it's the all-around game that gets the scouts noticing him. So it's not that he's great at one thing and lacks others. He's a great all-around player.
Makes sense. All right, so that's it for part 1 of our draft coverage show. Thanks for joining us, everyone, and thanks, Canucks GM.
Thanks for having me, Elise.
Yeah, and so make sure you join us for the part 2 for your teams with the later picks in the draft, so you get an idea of who you'd like to select. And I guess see you next time.